Hello and welcome to a new installment of Embarrassing Fanfiction, in which I read to you terrible fanfiction that I wrote in 2008. Today we are going to be reading The Next Generation at Hogwarts. I was going to be reading this on my computer, but I was just filming and the internet went out. So that sucks. So we're going to be reading on my phone. Today's story is The Next Generation at Hogwarts, which I wrote in March of 2008, and it's under the romance and humor category. And let's see what happens. There are 5 chapters. Chapter 1 is pretty short, so it's going to be chapters 1 and 2 today. The little description I have beforehand is Lily, Albus, James, Rose, Hugo, and Teddy all go to Hogwarts. Let's see what happens in Chapter 1. Chapter 1, A Happy Goodbye. Lily, Albus, James, Rose, Hugo, and Teddy all piled into one carriage on the Hogwarts Express. They turned toward their window and waved to their parents, who were waving back at them. The train started to move, slowly at first, but gradually getting faster by the second. The train sped off from the platform, leaving all of the children's parents behind. Lily closed the window and sat down in her seat. She gazed out the window, watching the trees form a sea of green outside. She sighed and turned around to face her family and friends. James and Rose were talking about siblings and what a pain they were. Teddy, Hugo, and Albus were talking about how Teddy was snogging Victoire before they got on the train. Lily knew this was going to be a long trip, and she had her latest knitting project in her bag, her book to read, her iPod. Okay. And she had her friends to talk to. She knew going to Hogwarts was going to be great. Alright, let's go to Chapter 2. Oh, God. Chapter 2. Truth or Dare. There's another chapter about them doing Truth or Dare. What the hell? And I have a disclaimer because apparently I made up characters. I wrote that I own the made up characters that I have in the story. Perfect, let's read. Chapter 2, Truth or Dare. Would you children like something to eat? The trolley lady asked as she approached Lily's carriage. I'll have 40 chocolate frogs and 4 bags of every flavored jelly beans, James responded. He gladly took the candy and passed it out to Hugo, Albus, and Teddy. I honestly thought he was going to eat all of that himself. Like how I wrote that Ron did in the Harry Potter Hannah Montana one. Ah. Commentary, back to the story. And what would you girls like? The lady asked. I'll have 10 chocolate frogs and 2 packages of every flavored beans, Rose said. She took the candy and thanked the trolley lady for it. Rose passed 5 chocolate frogs and a package of every flavored beans to Lily. How's your knitting project, Lily? Rose asked. It's coming out really great, Lily replied happily, purling her way through a row of 30 stitches. I think I wrote about knitting in this story because in 2008 I'm pretty sure I knew how to knit. Maybe? Continuing. She was making a scarf with a beautiful yarn. It was black with spurts of shocking pink, shocking purple, and shocking blue. Those were my favorite colors in 2008, and those were also the colors of my bat mitzvah. When Lily finished the row, she picked up the frogs and started taking small bites of one. Rose, do you wonder why our parents hate Lucius Malfoy, the second's father, so much? Oh, I didn't realize that his kid had a name. Lily asked thoughtfully while chewing on a chocolate frog. They hate Mr. Malfoy because he was rude to them. Your dad hates Lucius's grandfather because he was nasty to him when he first started going to Hogwarts. The Malfoys were a malicious family, Rose replied with a sparkle in her eye. Uncle Ron was right, Lily thought to herself. Rose does have Aunt Hermione's brains. How does that mean that? That is crap. Continuing. Outside, the sky started to darken. James and Hugo started talking about Dementors and what they had read about them. Teddy and Rose started to drift off onto each other's shoulders. Albus sat staring out the window. Lily turned on her iPod and put it on a loud volume. Her iPod was black with skull and crossbones all over it. This is also during my, punk phase of life, where I, cut my own hair and wore a lot of black and tried to, be punk. I also talk about Fall Out Boy in this because I was a big fan of Fall Out Boy. So let's continue reading. There was also shocking pink, shocking blue, and shocking purple on it, just like her yarn, of course. She turned on Thanks for the Memories by Fall Out Boy. Her foot tapped along with the drum beats and her lips started moving silently, singing the words of the song under her breath. That's funny. Her fingers tapped lightly on the covers of Twilight by Stephanie Meyer, the book that she was reading, to the sounds of the guitar. I was also probably reading Twilight at this point in my life. Wow. And I had to give a description of it. Twilight was about a mortal 18-year-old girl named Bella who had met a family of adopted vampires and had fallen in love with the youngest son, Edward. Edward was much older than Bella, though. He had been alive since 1901. Now Lily was reading about when Bella actually meets Edward's family and is ensured with the fact that they are vampires. Lily was lost in the book until Albus started poking her shoulder. Lily pulled the earbuds out of her ears with unnecessary force, and the song continued playing. "What do you want?" Lily hissed at Albus. "I was wondering if I could read along with you," Albus said. Why is she such a bitch to him? Like, he's really nice. Lily put the earbuds back into her ears and continued listening to the song as Albus slid over in the seat and read over her shoulder. James got up out of his seat after 10 minutes of talking to Hugo and tapped Teddy and Rose's shoulders to wake them up. They woke up with a start. Then he tapped Lily and Albus's shoulders. They stopped reading immediately, and Lily shut off her iPod and turned to James. "Hey guys, do you want to play a game of Truth or Dare?" James asked. Of course. They all nodded enthusiastically. They all loved playing this game. "I'll go first," James said. "Teddy, Truth or Dare?" "Dare," Teddy replied. It's a good dare. "Teddy, I dare you to take off all of your clothing except your underwear and run up and down the aisle of the train," James said. Teddy responded quickly by starting to take off his clothes. Oh my god. Once he finished, he walked out of the carriage and started running up and down the aisle. Everyone opened their doors and started laughing. One of the prefects took him back to the carriage after a few minutes of this and scolded him and helped him back into his clothing. Teddy sat back down with a sigh of laughter. That was fun. "Okay, Lily, Truth or Dare?" And that's the end! Good cliffhanger, Tori! That's great! Alright, we're gonna keep reading this one because I'm excited about it, because of course they play Truth or Dare, because their parents play Truth or Dare, and that's all I knew how to write, because I had never played it in 2008. I don't think I've ever actually played Truth or Dare, maybe once. No, a couple times, but like in college. But in 2008, I apparently was very desperate to play Truth or Dare, because I wrote about it in like every story. Shocking. That is shocking. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next chapter, chapter 3. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!